Instagram didn't just change how we share photos, it changed how we see ourselves. In the quiet moments of our lives, our fingers find a familiar icon, a small, colorful square that opens a window. But this window doesn't just look out at the world, it also looks back at us. It reflects a version of our lives that is brighter, happier, and more perfect than reality. We scroll through an endless stream of moments. A friend's vacation, a stranger's perfect meal, a celebrity's perfect home. Each image is a small story, polished and presented for public view. And with each scroll, we are paying with a currency we rarely think about: our attention. This is the new economy of the digital age. The platform was built on a simple promise. It offered a way to capture and share life's moments, but that promise grew into something much larger and much more complex. The app learned what we liked. It learned who we envied. It learned what made us stop and stare. The goal was no longer just to connect us with friends. The goal became keeping our eyes on the screen for as long as possible. Our attention became the product. It is a product that can be packaged, sold, and traded to advertisers who want to influence our choices. This shift happened slowly, almost silently. We barely noticed the change from a simple photo album to a powerful attention machine. Every tap, every like, and every second we spend on the app is a piece of data. It is a signal that tells the system what to show us next. The platform is designed to learn our deepest desires and our quietest insecurities. The story of Instagram begins not with a grand vision, but with a complicated app. In 2010, two Stanford graduates, Kevin Systrom and Mike Krieger, were working on a project called Burnout. It was a location-based social network. It let you check in to places, make plans with friends, share photos, but it was cluttered. It tried to do too many things at once, and users found it confusing. Systrom and Krieger noticed something important in their data, however. While most of Burnout's features were ignored, people were using the photo sharing function a lot. It was the one part of the app that people seemed to love, so they made a bold decision. They decided to scrap almost everything. They would focus on one thing, and do it perfectly: mobile photos. They stripped Burnout down to its core. The new app would be simple. You could take a picture, apply a filter to make it look better, and share it. That was it. The filters were a key insight. At the time, phone cameras were not very good. The photos were often grainy and poorly lit. Filters were a magical solution. They could instantly make a mundane photo look artistic. They could instantly make a mundane photo look nostalgic. They could instantly make a mundane photo look professional. It was like having a darkroom in your pocket. They called this new, simplified app Instagram. The timing was perfect. The iPhone 4 had just been released with a much improved camera. People were starting to use their phones as their primary way of taking pictures. Instagram launched on the Apple App Store on October 6, 2010. Its growth was explosive. It gained 25,000 users on its first day. Within a week, it had 100,000. Within 2 months, it had reached 1,000 users. The app was simple, fast. It tapped into a fundamental human desire to capture and share experiences. It created a community built around visual storytelling, where a single picture could communicate more than a paragraph of text. The early days felt different. The community was small and creative. It was a place for photographers, artists, early adopters to share their work. The feed was chronological. You saw posts from the people you followed in the order they were posted. There was a sense of discovery and authenticity. You were seeing the world through your friends' eyes, in real time. There were no ads. There were no algorithms deciding what you should see. It was a simple, beautiful stream of images from people you chose to connect with. But this simplicity was not destined to last. Its rapid growth had caught the eye of a giant. In April 2012, something happened that shocked Silicon Valley. Facebook announced it was buying Instagram. The price was $1 billion. Instagram had only 13 employees, 0 revenue, less than 2 years old. The price tag seemed insane. Why pay so much for a simple photo app? The answer wasn't what Instagram was. It was what it could become. Mark Zuckerberg saw the future. The world was moving from desktop computers to mobile phones. On mobile, Instagram was king. Facebook's mobile app was clunky and slow. Facebook was struggling to move from the web. Instagram was built for mobile from the ground up. Fast, elegant, deeply engaging, its user base was growing at an incredible rate, nearly 30 million users by acquisition. Zuckerberg saw that growth as a threat. Another network capturing mobile could challenge Facebook. Buying Instagram wasn't just acquiring an app, it was neutralizing a rival, a defensive move. He also saw opportunity. Facebook was built on text and links. Instagram was built on images. Visual communication was becoming dominant. Photos were a universal language. They crossed borders and cultures where text couldn't. Owning the top photo-sharing platform meant controlling a huge part of social media's future. It was a bet on the power of the image. Zuckerberg promised Instagram would operate independently. He said he'd let Systrom and Krieger keep building and growing the community. For a while, that promise held. The billion-dollar price tag sent a clear message to the tech industry. It signaled the immense value of user attention and engagement. Instagram had captured millions of mobile users. Facebook wasn't just buying a company, it was buying an audience, a direct line to the next generation. For its first few years, your Instagram feed was a simple, honest timeline. It showed you the latest posts from the people you followed. If you scrolled down, you could go back in time, minute by minute, hour by hour. It was predictable and easy to understand. But in 2016, that all changed. Instagram announced it was moving away from the chronological feed. Diagram: chronological feed left, algorithmic feed right with data arrows and ranked outputs. In its place would be a new, algorithmic feed. The platform would now decide what you saw and in what order. It would show you the posts it believed you would care about the most. The company said this would improve the user experience. But it also fundamentally changed the nature of the app. The algorithm had a new set of goals. It was no longer just about showing you what was new. It was about maximizing your engagement. It wanted to keep you on the app for as long as possible. The system began to track your every move. It watched what you liked. It watched what you commented on. It watched what you shared. It measured how long you paused on a photo. It noted which profiles you visited. It used all of this data to build a model of your interests. It then used that model to rank every post. It then used that model to rank every story. It then used that model to rank every video. The content it thought would get the strongest reaction from you was pushed to the top of your feed. This shift had a profound effect on what we see. The algorithm favors content that is popular. The algorithm favors content that is sensational. The algorithm favors content that is emotionally charged. A post that gets a lot of likes and comments quickly is shown to more people. This creates a feedback loop. Popular content becomes even more popular, while other content gets buried. Your feed is no longer a reflection of your friends' lives. It is a carefully curated reality, designed to hold your attention. You might see a post from 3 days ago above one from 3 minutes ago, simply because the algorithm thinks the older post is more likely to make you stop scrolling. The introduction of the algorithm marked the moment Instagram truly became an attention machine. The platform was no longer a neutral space. It was actively shaping your experience to meet its own business objectives. More time on the app means more opportunities to show you ads. More engagement means more data to refine its ad targeting systems. The chronological feed was a window. The algorithmic feed is a mirror, but a distorted one. Behind the beautiful photos and happy moments, a darker story was unfolding. As Instagram grew into a global force, concerns about its impact on mental health began to surface. Users, especially young people, reported pressure to present a perfect life. Anxiety over the number of likes their posts received. A new social anxiety driven by FOMO. For years, those were anecdotes. But inside Facebook, researchers found hard data. In 2021, leaked internal documents revealed by the Wall Street Journal showed the company knew the platform could be harmful. The Facebook files contained damning research. One slide: we make body image issues worse for 1 in 3 teen girls. Stat visual: 1 in 3 teen girls. Another slide linked suicidal thoughts to Instagram among teens. 13% of British users, 6% of American users. The research pointed to image perfection and social comparison. The very features that made the app addictive, the endless scroll and curated feeds, were also causing harm. The company knew some vulnerable users were being hurt. The leaks also exposed shadow banning, secretly limiting a user's reach without notice. Creators activists suddenly saw engagement plummet. Their posts disappeared from hashtags and Explore. They were invisible and confused. Instagram often denied this, but for many it's real. It created a chilling effect, people afraid to post certain content. The rules felt opaque and enforcement arbitrary. This highlights a conflict. Instagram's mission: bring you closer to people you love and the things you love, versus a business model that must maximize engagement at high cost. Internal research showed a company grappling with its consequences. Publicly downplayed. Privately, data was clear. For millions, chasing the perfect picture led to lasting psychological distress. As Instagram grew, a new profession emerged: the influencer, or creator. These were people who built large followings by sharing content about fashion, travel, food, their daily lives. They turned their online personas into businesses. Brands began paying them to promote products to their dedicated audiences. For a time, it seemed like a dream job. Creators could make a living by being themselves and sharing their passions. They were the new celebrities of the digital age, and Instagram was their stage. The platform encouraged this, launching new tools for creators and highlighting their success stories. But this new career path came with a hidden price. Creators became completely dependent on a platform they could not control. Their entire business was built on Instagram's infrastructure. Their income was tied to the whims of its algorithm. When Instagram changed its feed in 2016, many creators saw their engagement and reach collapse overnight. They had built a loyal following, but the platform was no longer showing their content to all of their followers. They were forced to play a constant guessing game, trying to figure out what the algorithm wanted. They had to create content that would please the machine, not just their audience. This created a stressful and unstable environment. Creators feel immense pressure to post constantly, fearing that if they take a break, the algorithm will forget about them and their audience will shrink. They perform a huge amount of unpaid labor, spending hours shooting photos, editing videos, and engaging with comments, all in the hope of staying relevant. The platform offers them a massive audience, but it gives them very little security in return. Unlike YouTube, which shares ad revenue with creators, Instagram has historically offered very few direct ways for creators to monetize their content on the platform itself. They are forced to rely on brand deals, which can be inconsistent. The relationship between creators and Instagram is a complicated one. The platform needs creators to produce the engaging content that keeps users on the app, but it also holds all the power. It can change the rules at any time, with no warning and no explanation. Creators often feel like they are working for an invisible boss who is demanding and unpredictable. They are essential to the ecosystem, but they are also replaceable. This dynamic has led to widespread burnout and frustration. They are caught in a trap, dependent on a system that seems indifferent to their well-being. They are the star performers in a theater where the owner can change the script at any moment. Every action you take on Instagram is a signal. It's a piece of information, like when you tap a heart on a dog photo, when you follow a running shoe brand, when you pause on a travel video for a few seconds. Instagram collects these signals, billions every day, from more than 2 billion users. This data fuels Meta's advertising engine. Instagram, Facebook, and third-party websites all flow into a central Meta ad targeting system. It lets the company build detailed profiles of each user. Data collection doesn't stop when you close the app. Tools like the Meta Pixel track you across the web. The Pixel is a tiny piece of code installed on millions of sites. It reports when you visit a shopping site. It logs which products you view. It logs what you add to your cart. That info is linked back to your Instagram and Facebook profiles. Cross-platform tracking builds a fuller picture of your life online and offline. It knows your age, your location, your relationship status, your interests, your friends, what you buy. This trove of data makes Instagram ads highly effective. Advertisers can target very specific groups. Example, a yoga mat company can target women 25 to 35, living in a specific city, who show interest in yoga and sustainable products. This level of targeting was unimaginable years ago. Ads can match recent thoughts and conversations, so relevant it feels like phones are listening. They aren't, but the profile is that complete. The user is not the customer. The user is the product. Our attention is sold to the highest bidder. Our personal data is the raw material for advertiser profiles. This business model is the heart of Meta's empire. Instagram is a key part, feeding fresh data about younger users. We get a free app to share photos. In exchange, we agree to be watched, analyzed, and targeted. The Instagram we use today is not the final version. The platform is constantly evolving and its future will be more intertwined with our lives. The next frontier is artificial intelligence. AI won't just rank content, it will create it. Imagine feeds tailored to your subconscious desires, filled with AI-generated images, filled with AI-generated videos, designed to be irresistible. This could make the platform even more addictive. The line between real and synthetic will blur. Virtual influencers, digital characters with personalities and followings are already here. Soon they may be indistinguishable from human creators. Meta has grander ambitions, investing billions to build the metaverse, a persistent, shared virtual world. Instagram is a stepping stone. We're already living through digital avatars and curated personas. Instagram could be the social layer of the metaverse. Instagram data would be used to build and populate that world, making it feel personal from the start. The potential for data collection is staggering. New tech could enable biometric tracking. Your phone camera or AR glasses could monitor your eye movements. Your device could analyze your facial expressions. It could gauge your emotional reactions to content. That data gives the platform unprecedented insight into your inner world. It would know not just what you like, but how you feel. That information would be incredibly powerful, enabling a new level of persuasion. These risks aren't science fiction. The technologies are being developed now. The patents have been filed. The goal: a tighter, more efficient feedback loop. The platform will understand you better than you understand yourself. It will predict your behavior and subtly guide your choices. The shift from a photo app to a global attention machine was phase 1. Phase 2, a fully immersive reality owned and operated by Meta, fueled by the most intimate details of our lives. We began with a simple app, a tool for sharing photos. It was fun. It was creative. It connected us. But that tool has been transformed into a global system designed to capture and monetize attention. It has changed our culture. It has changed our relationships. It has changed our sense of self. We have willingly participated in this transformation. We have traded our data and our focus for a stream of endless content. We have become the audience and the performers in a vast digital theater. The architecture of that theater was designed to keep us inside. The story of Instagram is a story about power. Power, the platform. Power, the algorithm. Power, the data.